honestly don't know if I should make this video. I feel like I should be scared. Hello. Thank you for coming on to my channel and clicking on this video. Hopefully you will stick around, and if not, bye. Anyway, we're gonna take off my glasses because the glare is be strong. The minute I stopped filming the last video I posted, the tripod I was using broke. I will insert the clip here. And I just broke my tripod, so I guess good timing. My ring light right now is probably the best because that way you can see my setup that I work so hard for, and it's probably a better transition. Kyra, get it together. Today we are talking about a very non-special, very damaging part of my life. That was my time that I worked with the company restaurant line that is In-N-Out. Those of you who do not know what the fuck Burger King. Those of you who do not know what In-N-Out is, it is a burger chain really known for its great burgers and great fries on the West Coast. East Coast can suck it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's really known for its burgers, its special spread and whatnot, and paying its workers and treating those workers better than most. Which is a joke to me, but anyway. So, I guess I should explain my history with In-N-Out. First of all, I am pretty freaking terrified of making this video because In-N-Out really does make its work. It does its job cutting down people who say anything bad about working at In-N-Out. So I'm basically terrified. Leslie Snyder, please do not find this video. Thanks. Anyway, so I guess I will start. It all started in the year 2019. I first was hired by In-N-Out. I will not put the store number because I don't want to slander any of the people who are still working there, because believe it or not, a lot of the people I worked with during 2019 to 2020 still work there, despite saying that they will leave one day. They're forever trapped there, like mosquitoes and amber. Anyway, I started working there. It was 2019. I worked at McDonald's for 2 years. I was a manager. I went to In-N-Out because I wanted better pay, and my sister was working at the restaurant that I applied to, so I wanted to just follow her because we've been working together for years at that point, and I just wanted to stick with my sister, and she really wanted me to come over, and I was like, sure, why not? So the interviews for this store, it was a group interview. It was at least, so think of like an LAUSD standard class size. That's how many people applied, and that's how many people you were basically against to get the job. Somehow I got the job. I don't know. I think it was a lot of finesse and smiling, because that's the thing about In-N-Out. If they catch you not smiling, oof, you're done. Side note, so I got the job. Okay, so how In-N-Out works, it's all structured through levels. Level 1 through 7 is basically the main levels. So when you get hired, you're a level 1. Level 1s only usually do take orders at the front and do cashier stuff, and that's usually it. Level 2, you may be able to do pay window, which is like take the drive-through. There's my cat. Hello. Hey. I only survived to level 2. And I was a level 2 for a good year. So basically, I spent my entire year taking orders and dealing with people who really wanted the In-N-Out experience. And that was not arguing when they wanted to pull some BS, and always staying happy and never frowning. Because God forbid your manager caught you frowning and not smiling like a friggin' doll the entire time. The first month there, I had also moved out of my mom's house. I was living on my own with my boyfriend. And so I was really stressed out, and I was not happy about the amount of hours I was getting because I was barely getting any hours, which means no money, which means how the fuck am I supposed to pay my rent? I don't know. Basically, and I kept asking for hours and getting not upset, but like not happy that I wasn't getting any hours. And so I talked to the management about it, and they basically told me that, well, if you don't get the hours, it's because you're not good enough. I guess I wasn't good enough in their eyes because I wasn't smiling and I didn't want to advance so high in the company because all I wanted was a paycheck. What everybody wants at the end of the day when they work a job in this capitalistic society. I basically, from the first month, was told that, do you even want to be here, and that you are not good enough. So that's why you're not getting enough hours, and that's why your paychecks are close to nothing because you're just not good enough. I wish it got better than this, but it doesn't. Then, basically, I was really contemplating, what do I do now, because I am basically shot all of my chances of getting a new job because I am now living on my own, going to school, and I don't have any money. So I just stayed. Um, so and it's important to note that this society, or like the environment of In and Out, the only way you were going to get better is to put everybody else down. That is at least the environment I was in at this store. They don't call them restaurants; they call them stores. Um, so basically, if you wanted to survive, you needed to put other people down and just do anything you could to be on top. So naturally, the boys were, or people who were identified as boys, were the ones who were more successful than the girls. As I was saying, it was very hard for me to even just survive in this environment. It's very eat or be eaten, or if you're not doing well or you're not happy that you're here and that this is a privilege to be at this job, you can get out. That was very much the feeling of working at it. I worked there 2019 to 2020. 2020 April. That was like the peak of everybody going into quarantine, and it didn't get better. It really didn't. I hated every day that I worked there. Um, I can't say that this is a feeling that a lot of people felt because at least at my job, there could very well be people that wasn't very happy about working there. Um, but at least every time that I reached out to like at least get some solace, or someone that could relate to the pain and suffering that I went through every day. I say pain and suffering literally because I was very much depressed and very much anxious every day that I went in. But every time I tried to look for that somebody, they were always like, "Yeah, it's not that bad though. It's fine. It's funny. Haha, it's a joke." It really felt that I was alone. Um, yeah. Um, to this day, people, every time I tell people that I worked at, they were like, "Oh, the benefits are really good there, huh? Like, it's how did you like working there? It's always busy." Um, no, I didn't like working there. It was actually pretty horrible for me. Um, the management that I worked for, it was pretty bad. Um, very much. I felt like I was always on the manager's bad side. That she never liked me, and that she was looking for an excuse, any excuse to let me go. Um, but I showed up to my shifts and she couldn't, so there's that. The company is self is built on, if you're not happy, get out. It's not, they're not there for their employees or their associates. If you aren't a person who's been there for at least 10 years, If you're a person just starting out, it's basically you're a little fish and you're um, not gonna make it. Basically, what is what I'm trying to say, and this is really built into the system. There I have met and I've seen managers from other stores, places that are higher up, like they manage the entire district of multiple stores. I've seen them act in just such and say such horrible things about people, um, that that's why the environment is like that, because it comes from the top. Hi, welcome back. I mean, you guys didn't go anywhere, but I did. Anyway, the last 24 hours have been really, to put it lightly, crazy. But in a good way, I guess. I guess the positive is that I got my car smogged and it actually passed. So that's great. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Oh, also, I will not continue to use the name of said restaurant friend business, because I'm gonna save myself the editing trouble, because I realize that even if you use the name, they will come after you. So yes, so I'm gonna try not to use the name anymore. And in the earlier video, part of the video, I will just have to edit it out or say redacted. I do not suggest to anybody who is, I guess, not ready or not prepared for the mental turmoil that is working at this food chain. Um, um, like I was saying earlier, it's very much dog eat dog. If you don't get it, then get out kind of environment. And that's very much promoted by the higher ups. Not the managers, the ones above them, and then when you get to the top, the CEO. I did not enjoy my time there. What really gets underneath my skin is when people say, "Oh, they treated you. They treat associates really well. Why'd you leave?" They treat you well with the benefits. They don't treat you well anywhere else. When I worked at the store, I was very like, they tell you when you first start the job that don't expect to get off at the time that you are scheduled, because if it's busy, we need bodies. So don't expect to leave. Don't expect to have a life, basically, is what they're saying. And God forbid that you want to excel through the ranks, and basically your life is this restaurant chain. You don't have a life out of that, because all of your hours are given to this burger chain. At the end of the day, all you are is just flipping burgers. That's what it is. They really like making themselves seem like, no, we're in a culture, we're a family-owned business, stuff like that. By the end of the day, we're all just flipping burgers and getting paid above minimum wage, which is just still not enough, but whatever. Like, oh, so say you work earlier in the day, you aren't gonna get out of there until maybe 8 at night, to be honest. And you weren't there for an 8, say like 12 to 8. You weren't there for an 8-hour shift. You were there for a 6-hour shift or less, but you're gonna stay those extra 2 hours because they need you. And if you don't want to stay, they're gonna give you like a side eye and be like, so you don't want to work? You're not working hard enough. Why are you tired? Why do you have homework? Well, you have to keep in mind that this job comes first before anything else. That is what I was told. I was actually working another job. I was also like trying to be a lifeguard, also trying to be going to school. And they always told you this job comes first before anything. I can't tell you how many times I just went into the break room, went into the women's locker room and just cried. I locked the door and I would just have a full-on mental breakdown, because I was under so much stress, not only from the amount of people, because it's always busy no matter what hour of the day it is. It's always busy. not only from that, but like from the management and like how I was treated. It was just, I was treated like dirt. It was honestly the worst job I've ever been treated like that before. Like, I to this day I can't believe that they are able to get away with this. Um, Apparently there was a lawsuit. They settled and I got a whopping 27 cents. I don't know what that lawsuit was for. I didn't read the letter. I just threw it away. But I should have kept it. I think I have the check laying around somewhere. I'm gonna frame it one day. I can't even go into a store and just sit and eat because I get anxious. Like, I can't look behind the line because I get anxious and I feel like I'm going. It's like Vietnam flashbacks. Like, I swear to God, the work environment is just so intense and like almost like to the point where it's unhealthy. Like, it, you can't sustain this. Like, I remember like I was just like under so much stress. Like, I just moved, yada yada yada. I told you guys about this. I just moved and I was just like really I didn't want I wanted to unalive myself and I'd never gotten that low before. Um, this is before I like started being on medication. I began medication because of this job. Among other things, but like majorly I was just under that amount of stress and turmoil and despair of me having to go back there every day. And at the end of the day only being paid like $500. Like, that's it. Like, that's not worth my the emotional roller coaster that I just went through to get here. Like, I lived like another city away, and the San Fernando Valley, it's all cities, but like I lived like 2 buses away, and it took like a good hour and a half to get there, just to get there to work. And the entire time, I'd be freaking out because I'm like, shish kebab, I'm about to like miss this bus. I'm gonna have to call them. They're gonna be disappointed. They're gonna be like, okay, Kyra's gonna be late again. Great, what's new? Like, that's how it was. Like, I was under that amount of stress that I wasn't even at the job yet, and I was already about to have a mental breakdown. Like, my experience working at this burger chain, I guess out of 10, I'd give it like a 2, to be honest. I worked at McDonald's, and I would rank McDonald's over this. Food, no, but like the experience of working there, yes. It was just so stressful and straining on me physically. Like, it was a workout. Like, I got out of the work shifts and I was like, my whole body was covered in sweat. Like, it was a workout. And on top of that, of the mental, physical toll. I don't know exactly how long this video is gonna be. I feel like I kept repeating myself, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to edit a lot of it out. But thank you for sticking with me. Sorry about the change, I guess. I mean, like, I couldn't, things happened, I couldn't film. It's the next day, I'm finishing the video, it's fine. Hopefully you like this new setup. I'm trying, like, this is like my makeup section. Like, I have all like my eyeliners and other shit I don't use, and then I have like my work desk. Video keeps cutting out, so thank you so much for watching if you stayed, and thank you so much. See you later, bye.